Welcome back to the Dragon Den, all my loyal Dragonites. I'm KingofDragons 5000 and today we have another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the last Ronin unarmored version. Before we have a look at the figure, let's take a look at today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by the good folks of the Jewel Gallery of El Paso. With Mother's Day just around the corner, why not pick up your mom a gift that's just as unique as she is? Jewel Gallery has beautiful lacquer-dipped 24-karat gold roses which will last a lifetime just like a mother's love. If you're in the market for rings, pendants, earrings, and necklace, check out the Jewel Gallery where it's all about the ring. So here we have the unarmored Last Ronin out of the packaging, and NECA did a very good job with this figure, but before we have a look at his details, let's run through his accessories. The Last Ronin comes with two very impressive well-detailed faces, as well as several sets of hands for posing and holding various weapons. He also comes with Raph's Sai, Leo's broken katana, Mikey's nunchuck, a tonfa, Splinter's diary, some spikes, and a mouser. All in all, an impressive set of accessories here for the Last Ronin, so with that out of the way, let's move on to his details. The unarmored Last Ronin is looking very impressive. I love the fact that they did reuse some parts from the armored version and gave him some completely new parts. Just like with the armored version, he looks like he came just out of the graphic novel, which is very impressive. Taking a look at the head of the Last Ronin, you can see this is a very aged Ninja Turtle. He has a very stoic face as well as a black bandana signifying a definite change in the Ninja Turtles. Overall, great details here on the head of the Last Ronin. Taking a look at his body, he is basically bare-chested, so you do see the shell on his front and the back of this figure. A very nice yellow does define the front of his shell, and his skin is this very nice deep green color. On the back we do have your traditional Ninja Turtle shell, which has very nice detail and is painted wonderfully. Adorned on his shoulders, we do see a couple of scars showing that this Last Ronin has seen several battles in his time. They are done in a reddish brown and they do look really nice and contrast his skin nicely. Having a look at his forearms, he is wearing that same armored gauntlet that we saw in the previous version, as well as having that same leather gloves with the padded armor on the back. The Last Ronin is also wearing a brown belt which looks very nice. It has a lot of detail from pouches and weapon storage as well. The tunic is also nicely sculpted with wrinkles and detailing on it. The paint job on him is superb. The Last Ronin is also wearing bluish gray pants which continue that same texture that we saw on his sleeves as well as his hood. Just like his armor, his pants have that same dry brush that brings out the detail very nicely. His left knee pad is your traditional Ninja Turtle knee pad, which looks very impressive with the paint and sculpt work. And on the right knee pad we do have a metal knee pad with a very nice dry brush. Segmented armor plates on his shin does cover him up, and then finally on his feet he is wearing a pair of sandals. And being a Ninja Turtle, he only has 2 toes on his feet. The dark wash in the crevices and the light dry brushing on the high points does bring the look of this figure to life. So overall, NECA has done a very good job with this figure, so with his details out of the way, let's get him compared to our usual suspects. Here we have him posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman, Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man, the Lightning Collection White Ranger, and the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. Here we have the Last Ronin posed next to a movie and animated series turtle. Finally, here we have the unarmored Last Ronin posed next to the armored Last Ronin. So he scales very nicely for an aged Ninja Turtle, so with that out of the way, let's move on to his articulation. He has a double ball joint in the head, arms go out to the side and do a full 360. He has a swivel and double hinge in his elbow, swivel hinge at his wrist, a ball joint in his lower torso, legs do kick forward, back, go out to the side, and we have a thigh swivel, double hinge in his knee, a swivel and a hinge in his ankle, and forward facing pin for rocker ankle. The articulation scheme works a little bit better here on the unarmored Last Ronin, which I do like. So with everything said and done, let's actually get the Last Ronin posed for my final thoughts. NECA has once again blown me away with the amount of detailing here on the unarmored Last Ronin figure. I love all the comic lines that NECA painted on this figure, and I really love the paint job that went with him. The darker green skin is a very nice contrast to the bright colors we're used to seeing, and I absolutely love the face sculpts on this Ninja Turtle. I love the fact that we got Leo's broken katana and Splinter's diary, because those were two very key accessories in the last Ronin graphic novel. And we do get a second Tonfa, however it's not the same shade as the original one. Even though we have two now, it doesn't quite match up to the comic. Overall, I'm still very impressed by this Ninja Turtle, and I absolutely love the work that NECA put into this figure. A lot of love and care went into these last Ronin figures. If you're a fan of the graphic novel, I really recommend you pick up both versions of the last Ronin, the armored and the unarmored versions. Each one will run you about $37, which is the average going rate for NECA figures. And a huge shout out to the Jewel Gallery of El Paso for sponsoring this video. So with that being said, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out all my other NECA and Ninja Turtle videos. If you haven't already done so, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, and other goodies, and ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my fellow Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I'm King of Dragons 5000, be safe, take care, and I'll see you next time.